You're able to see now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the one which I am telling. Log shipping and mirroring, wherein log shipping runs based on the SQL agent jobs. Every 50-minute job runs. If any disaster happens, the data
There will
loss
be a
will be.
data loss of 15 minutes.
So regarding to the mirroring, so the prerequisites, initially what to configure mirroring, what we require? We require some prerequisites. Prerequisite means preparation. Preparation to configure the
Mirroring.
mirroring. So first one, the SQL services should be running under a admin account. Okay, I'll show that. Okay, so if we have see the SQL services, this is run the service account which SQL server is running is this one. SQL DBA is a service account. This is called as service account. Okay, if account which SQL services run is called as service account. Okay, so this service account should be an admin account. It should have admin rights. Should have admin rights. Okay, that is the main prerequisites for the mirroring. Second, each instance should be accessible to each other. Suppose instance 1 is having an account of SQL DBA 1. Instance 2 is having an account of SQL DBA 2. Okay, so these are two separate service accounts, right? This is an example. Think that you have two separate service accounts. Even we have two separate service accounts, each one should be accessible to each other. Means at the login level, we should have a service account, both these service account access
Hello.
sysadmin access.
Bro. Yeah, I'm able to hear.
Okay, so both the accounts, the logins, both these logins should be available in the both instances. Okay, example. Okay, this is think that this is SQL DBA 1 example here. Okay, what I am doing is we will do some login creation and think that we gave sysadmin access. Okay, now we have SQL DBA 1 and here we have new login, think that SQL DBA 2. Okay, so this SQL DBA 1 and SQL DBA 2 are in two different instances, right? This is in 1, this is in 2. But how these two can connect to each other in mirroring, whatever the account which we want to use here, this should also have access on the primary also. Here also it should have access, which should be sysadmin. Now you can see 1 and 2 both having sysadmin. The same way here also we should have the login which is there in the here we can need to create here. So the reason why I am doing here is I want to convey that the logins which are used should be accessible to each other. The instance should be accessible or connecting to each other. Okay,
Yeah.
you got the point. This is one of the major prerequisites for configuring DB mirroring. So if we have any particular, if we have the same login account on both the instances, this account also should be available, whatever it is. As this is database level, whatever the ID, I'm using an ID here, SQL DBA. This should be having access on both the servers. See, SQL DBA, this is having access here. The same one, this is having access into other server. So what I did is, instead of doing separate IDs, I created a centralized account, which is called as one. This one is a centralized account, and this is on the local system. It is having admin access. This is having admin access. Okay, so I added this on both this so that it can reach to each other. Okay, there is another logic I will show you while creating. Till now, I hope you got the point. What is the major
Yeah.
prerequisites for this?
Yes.
Okay, another prerequisites, however, the versions on the both versions and editions should be same.
Okay.
It is strongly recommended to be same edition and versions on the two instances. Okay, now what I will do is I just created already one test for testing purpose. Now I'll create another one. I'll create another one, db2. I'll create db2. Okay. Do you know owner I'm giving as SA? What is SA means?
Default.
SA means it is called as a super admin. Okay, super admin means it is a default admin. Whenever we are creating anything, we can give default admin here because it is a super admin. We cannot delete. We cannot disable. Even we disable also, it will be treated as enable only. So this is a super admin which we use so that no one can delete that. So the database can be accessible. Now, what is the next step? Once the database is available, I want to create this one. This is called as a DC. So DC means primary. DR means secondary.
Second.
Means DC means it will be accessible and connecting to the application. DR means it will be standby. Right? What is the first step after creating this? I want to configure mirroring. What is the first step to do? What is the step number one?
Right click on the instance and select mirroring.
Step number one is full backup. Okay. 2 is copy to secondary. 3 is restore with no recovery. Okay, this is the initial 3 steps which we need to do. Because as we know that the database should be there and the LSN should be matching and it should be in a sequence or a chain.
Yes.
For that, I'll take a backup, take somewhere in this one, ls primary db2.bak. So this is a first step. Okay. So what is the second step? We need to copy from
the file primary to secondary.
That to think that I want to copy from primary to secondary. Okay, I copied from secondary. So now what is the next step? Step is to restore in the secondary with no recovery. I will select the backup. I'll select the backup which is copied. I know the location where it is copied. I'll select the location, the file, and I'll click on OK. So I'll change the files because as this is the same one which we are using, but if it is different, we don't need to do this setup. To avoid same file locations, I'm doing. It should be in a no recovery mode. So script out, it will generate a script. Okay, we can see the script and execute. Restore from the disk with file move. It is using a move option with no recovery, and stats is 5. We can change it. Stats means how much it is completed. It will show 1 or 10 like that. Okay, I'll execute now. So it will show. See, I gave 10, 10, 30 like that. So now the database is restored with no recovery in the secondary. So now what is the step? What is the next step? Configuration of mirroring. Okay, right click on database, choose mirroring and select primary server, select and connect also secondary server. Okay, so that one will do this. They will do the steps now. So first one is db2, select mirroring. I will configure the security. I will click on next. I don't want to use witness. Okay. Now I want to discuss related to the witness. What is witness? Witness is also one server which is used when, I'll show that option also, which is used when answer. So you can see the option, right? High safety without automatic. High safety with automatic. Here you can see the witness controls the automatic failover. Means that what does witness do?
It will control the automatic failover.
So automatic failover means automatic failover means here whenever primary is down. Think that
It will
primary
directly
is
connect to
on.
the.
If we are using this option, then the primary will automatically fail over to the secondary. Then secondary will become primary. Understand?
Yeah, got
Do
it.
we have this option in LS log shipping?
Yeah, no.
No. So this is a feature in mirroring. Whenever there is an issue in the primary, it will automatically fail over to the secondary only when we have witness, because witness controls the failover. Failover to secondary when we configure witness. Witness means witness is also one server. Now we have two servers, right? Now we have two instances, instance. The same way witness also will be. Okay, if we want to choose this option, then we need to choose the witness for sure. Okay, so there is nothing much. If we select yes, we need to give the witness server details, then we can choose this. So now I will select no and click next. Okay, this is principal server instance, the principal primary instance. And next thing, see, if the principal mirror or witness are in the same server, their endpoints must use different ports. Okay, so if it is same server, ports will be changing. Now we need to select the instance. This is the instance we selected. I want to connect. What is saying? You must connect to this server instance using the login with necessary permissions. I will connect. This is secondary. This is the username I already have access. Connect. Okay, I will do next. So here what it is doing, it is asking to provide service accounts. I told in the starting the service accounts. What is the service account? This is the service account.
Yes.
If you want to see the full service account, this is the full service account which I give. Why I want to give full service account here means it will be, as I told, mirroring will run based on the endpoints. Okay, this mirroring endpoint in primary will communicate and coordinate with the mirroring endpoint in secondary. To communicate these two endpoints, we will be making sure the service account is able to connect to each other. Internally, these mirroring endpoints will connect to each other. For making sure they are connecting to each other, we will give the service accounts for here. Okay, as I have only single centralized account, I gave it. If I have two accounts, I can give it, but in SQL server level, at login level, it should be having sysadmin access if it is a different one. You got my point? What is a service account? Initially I explained, right? Service account means the one which runs on the SQL server and has admin account, administrator account.
Access.
Okay, if I click on next, it will show the summary, what it is going to happen. Click finish to perform the following actions. These actions will happen. See here, add the service account to the principal as a login, grant connect permission to the mirroring endpoint. So this is the important word which you need to see here, mirroring endpoint. We are giving permission to the mirroring endpoint so that the mirroring endpoints will connect to each other. Through which user account? This is the user account it uses. Okay, so this user account is already having admin access, and we are giving connect access to the mirroring endpoint in primary and secondary. Okay, now I'll make sure click finish. So what it does, config endpoint on principal server, config endpoint on mirror server. So it configured endpoints and it gave the permission access to the service account which we selected. I'll click on close. What it does, it is showing you want to start mirroring or do not want. Oh, okay, I want to start mirroring. Okay, synchronized. The databases are fully synchronized. Click on OK. If I refresh here, you can see this is a mirror which is synchronized. It isn't restoring mode. Why the database will have restoring mode? Because it need to get more transactions from primary, right?
Memories.
If it gets more transactions from primary, If database is in restoring mode only, it will accept more transactions.
Yes.
Okay, which is the reason it will be in restoring mode. It keeps on taking transactions. It internally runs, get the transactions, restores. Get the transactions, restores. It does restoration. Same as the LS restore, log shipping restore. But here we don't have a job. It does internally by taking that and restore. So here,
Yeah.
if you click here, what it does, the DB is not accessible. As I was telling in the previous class, in the secondary server, DB is a standby mode and you cannot access this server. If it is a restoring database, the database is not
You cannot.
accessible. It is just a
Yes.
standby.
Yes.
So here, this is a principle. This is a mirror, right? We'll see the options which we choose. Mirroring. Okay, what we choose? High safety without automatic failover. Why it automatically without automatic failover means we didn't configure witness.
Yes.
Which is the reason we can, this is graded out because the witness which controls the failover we didn't configure. If we configure the witness, then high safety with automatic failover will get enabled. Now yesterday, as I told, high performance asynchronous. What are the operating modes? What are the operating modes in DB mirroring?
High performance and high safety.
Okay. DB mirroring. One is high performance. High performance means what is simple performance will be good. Which performance it will do good? The transaction commit in the primary first,
Then take some time.
send
Then
to application,
then update the things on the second.
send request to application, and send response, and background commits in secondary. Okay, secondary. That is high performance. Another one is high safety. High safety. What is high safety? The data which we select high safety means it will be always commit changes and both the principal and mirror. Okay, so this is performance. High performance means commit changes at principal and transfer them to the mirror. Right? High performance. High performance.
High safety.
Okay. High safety means data safety. High safety means nothing but data safety. Data safety means high safety. High safety. Okay, that is thing. Here you can see asynchronous. You can see synchronous. In high safety, you have two options: with failover, without failover. Safety, what we have? With failover, without failover. Okay, so you can see here high safety without failover, without automatic failover. High safety with automatic failover. Do you see high performance? It don't tell about failover and everything because the data difference will be there, right? We have primary and secondary, the data difference will be there, which is the reason it will not show the failover option. You got the point here?
Yeah, bro.
Data high performance. Okay. High safety. High performance means asynchronous.
It takes some time to update the updated data.
It will take some time because it will first update the application. In the background, the transaction will send. In between, if any disaster happens, the data is a loss. But in high safety, it is a synchronous, means synchronous, sync. Data in primary and secondary is sync, NOUS, synchronous. Here it is async, data is not in sync. It is in sync. Okay, in failover, automatic failover with failover. Okay, you got the point here. Okay, now I can select here high performance. I can select here. Click on OK. I can select here. Okay. Okay, so it is synchronized, means the transactions from primary and secondary is in sync. Now what I'll do is mirroring. I'll change it to high safety. What I'll do is I will try in high performance. I will try to failover. Manual failover is possible when the operating system is high safety. Understand here?
Yeah, bro.
To failover manually, change the operating mode and then click OK. It's
Okay,
clearly
click
saying that in high performance you cannot do manual failover or automatic anything. Failover is not possible. Especially click this one
manual.
and click on OK. Okay. Now I will try to failover. Now I will try to failover from failover. Failover database mirroring will swap the roles of the mirror and principal databases. Sure, you want to failover database and close all the connections to the current principal. This is what I also want to tell. Whenever any failover happens, wherever the connections are there on the primary, it will be lost. It will be closed, because once the failover happens, this database will become secondary.
The mirror.
It cannot accept secondary. I'll click on yes. Okay, I clicked on yes. Let us refresh here and see. This is here in MS SQL 2 second instance. This is now principal.
Yes.
This is now mirror.
Yeah, got
This
it.
is where the actual magic started, and this is one of the high availability feature. Means even the database, I will show that also. You will understand actual logic of this. Okay, I'll do a failover of the primary. Okay, so primary one, this is primary, and previously I was telling whenever any disaster happens, it will automatically fail over, right?
Yes.
To automatically fail over, let us see this option mirroring. Okay, what we will do is, even we don't have automatic failover, what I will do is, we think that we don't have automatic failover option enabled. What I will do here is, I will stop the primary services and let us see what happens. Okay, this is primary. I'll stop. I'm stopping. Stopping is also one of the disaster. Means usually if there is any issue with the server, first server will be stopped. So
Yes.
we are manually creating a disaster to the primary, so that primary server is down now. So this is called a, what we are doing is, we are doing a disaster test, DR test. This is one also called as DR test. Companies will also have concepts called DR test. Means whenever if any issues with the primary, the failover failback should happen properly. So companies will do every 3 months or 4 months, there will be a disaster recovery, DR test. DR test means stopping sequence, bringing down
Primary
one
server.
service, then other service should be able to connect. I brought down this one, it is showing red color. This is in active. Let us see what it is showing here. You can see mirror disconnected, mirror disconnected. In recovery means it is in recovery, trying to come up. Why it didn't automatically fail over? Because there is no witness, no automatic, because no witness. So if we have the same witness, then these two would have become principal and synchronized state if we have witness. Got the logic here?
Yeah.
Okay, I did a disaster recovery test now. Okay? So in disaster recovery, this didn't come up. If the secondary is not accessible, is this accessible now? No, it is still a mirror. It didn't automatically fail over. What we need to do now? Okay. So what we need to do is, what actually happens is, we will make is partner off. means we'll bring out the databases from the DB mirroring, then database with recovery. Then this database will come up. Okay, so this, if it is a disaster, if it is not able to automatically fail over, we will do it manually, bringing this database up so that it will accept the connections. Okay, now I'll bring back, I'll complete the DR test now by bringing the primary. Now primary is healthy and I am bringing the primary server and we will see what happens. It is active now. What we can see is it is in green. It is in green. Let us see here what it says. It says mirror synchronized, means now it is in mirror. Previously it was in disconnected state. Now it is in mirror. It will be in principal and synchronized. What the logic of the DB mirroring? Okay, the base logic here is both the instances should be connecting to each other and the endpoint should have proper access on the two instances. These are the two major points for mirroring to run. I hope you got an idea on mirroring. The interview questions will be mostly on the mirroring modes. What is asynchronous? What is synchronous? When with failover is possible, when without failover possible. I showed you with a real-time example. Okay, what you should be able to understand with the performance. If you want performance, data will be non-sync. If you want safety, then data will be in sync. Data safety means data sync. So this is the way we create database mirroring in the real-time environment. But in recent days, people are not using this, as some people may not, they have some resource experience. We need some experience to manage this. After configuration is okay, but whenever any disaster happens, failover, failback, so it has been a challenge. Another thing is it requires almost 3 server SQL instances to configure mirroring, which is the reason people are not choosing this. Instead, they are choosing the next possible options above the mirroring. Okay, I hope you got the concept of mirroring.